G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_Gaming for another Dokkan Battle video. So today's video we're going to be jumping into the team building guide for the STR BEERUS and WHIS LR that has literally just got their EZA on both Global and JP. A ton of sub EZAs that have come out of random, so the team building has definitely improved for these guys a little bit. So jumping straight into their teams, as you can see, there's not a crazy amount here. We've got Realm of Gods, Movie Bosses, Joined Forces, Siblings Bond, Bond of Master and Disciple, and Space Traveling Warriors. For our links, we've got Godly Power, Prodigies, The Innocents, Connoisseur, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So straight away from that, you can tell that this is number one, this team building guide is going to be a little bit shorter, and number two, it is pretty tough to build around these guys. You are going to be very much focused around other BEERUS and WHIS units, but look, that's the game we're playing. So, jumping straight in, we've got 6 units that do share the. Oh, we've got 3 units, sorry, that share the 6 links. We've got the AGR, I believe that's the. No, that's the STR BEERUS. Sorry, there's so many BEERUSes. The STR and Tech, who have both already got their EZAs. Obviously, they've aged out at this point. And then also the physical BEERUS, who has definitely aged. Would have been nice if he'd actually gotten his EZA at the same time. He's an attack raiser, so if he had been a defensive stacker as well, he definitely could have worked amazingly alongside this STR BEERUS and WHIS. But look, that is what it is. Of these 3, the physical BEERUS is definitely the best. So jumping into 5 links, we've got the physical Shumper, who is aged out, needs an EZA. The AGL BEERUS, who needs an EZA, and the Int BEERUS, who has just gotten his EZA. And I think with a bit of RNG, Int BEERUS could actually be pretty good, even though he doesn't get that start of turn buff like I was hoping. He does get that big defensive raise for multiple turns, and can triple super. So I think that he's one of those units that you could keep an eye on, possibly running with this BEERUS and WHIS. Jumping down to 4 links, you can see a very heavy Realm of Gods theme here. We've got the AGL UI Goku, the AGL West Kai, Realm of Gods support there. We've got Tech Jiren, the STR Whis. STR Whis is definitely viable, not because of his damage or defense, but solely because of his ability to get those dodges off. I think there is quite a lot of utility in his dodging abilities. We've got the LR Int Blue Evolution Vegeta, again, another one of those tournament power. And then we've finally got the EZA BEERUS, who I think is definitely a little bit underrated at this point. He's got his ability to dodge, he's a double orb changer, can support. I think he's probably one of those EZAs that we don't talk about him enough, honestly. I think that he's really good and he's going to be a good option on a few of these BEERUS and WHIS teams. So jumping down to 3 links, you can see we've got physical Janemba here, and then also the AGL Golden Freezer and the physical Broly. So the reason that we've got them in here is definitely because of the movie bosses aspect of this unit. So if you're running a movie bosses, I know at least AGL Golden Freezer is definitely going to be one of those units that you want to include on there. So good to be able to share a couple of links with them. You can also see that we've got both of the sub EZAs of the Tech and the Int WHIS. Obviously, if you've read their kit, the Int WHIS is significantly better than the Tech. Int WHIS, I think you're definitely going to be able to get a bit of usability out of, because he's got that dodge chance, support, can provide a lot of oomph to this STR BEERUS and WHIS. And then we've also got the 200% leader skill for the Bond of Master and Disciple, and that is the Int Kid Gohan. Unfortunately, on Global, we don't have access to this guy, which sort of kills us for this first team build, but we're going to be looking at the team build of Bond of Master and Disciple. So, because we don't have the Int Kid Gohan with his 200% leader skill, you're going to be switching that out for the AGL Kid Gohan, I think would be the best option. Otherwise, you've got the Int Future Gohan or the AGL Future Gohan and Trunk. So I think of those 3, the AGL Kid Gohan is definitely the way to go on that front. But if you're on JP, you've got access to this big 200%, so that's very nice. You look at this team, a few really powerful options here. So we've got the STR BEERUS and WHIS. just because this video is about them, I'd be running them on rotation, and alongside them I would have the int Whis. I think that his dodging capabilities are definitely going to make him a good utility on this team as long as you are getting those dodges off. I would be building him towards full dodge, and he could probably act as that slot 1 unit for the BEERUS and Whis. So thirdly there you can see that we've got the physical BEERUS. As I mentioned before, he's a double orb changer, can provide support, he's got that dodging capabilities. So he's going to act on this team as a powerful floater. That orb changing is going to really help the team synergy. And yeah, I think he will be a great option in here. Then you can see the last 2 units on the team is just a powerful rotation piece to keep together. We've got the Tech Orange Piccolo, who is obviously insane. And then we've also got the STR Piccolo, he is the best banner unit in the game, I believe. So with his support, he just even powers up Orange Piccolo even more. So I'd be running those 2 on a rotation together, the int Whis with the STR BEERUS and Whis, and that would leave us to float BEERUS and the 2 leader Kid Gohans, or AGL Kid Gohans for us global players. Should mention that AGL Kid Gohan is also going to give a bit of keys and defensive support. So while we're going to be lacking a lot leader skill wise, we will at least get that buff there. So the next team we're going to look at is the Movie Bosses team, led by STR Cooler. There's a few other leader options. You've got like the Physical Broly, AGL Tours. There's a few options on this team that you could work with. So you can see we've got the STR BEERUS and Whis, and we've got the int BEERUS EZA'd next to him. This is where I'd be taking the chance on running those 2 together. I just think that the STR BEERUS is... I think he has a chance to be able to put up some really solid defensive numbers if you're getting lucky with his RNG. I know I've built mine heavily towards additional, and then the rest dodge. So hopefully, that stacks up high enough for him. As you can see, we've also got the AGL Tours and the Tech Janemba here. So 2 units that I'd certainly be running as floating supports. Tours is just going to be giving off that support constantly. For the Tech Janemba, you will need to get those key spheres, but both really solid options there. And then I've elected to go with the AGL Golden Freezer. So as I mentioned, the BEERUS and the BEERUS and Whis would probably be one of my rotations, and then the other rotation would be a Final Form Cooler with the AGL Golden Freezer. The only unfortunate thing here is that you will have a rotation that comes around where the 2 Final Form Coolers are together, which will be an annoying one to play around. But I think if you are getting the 12 key super off with him there, and just bumping up both their defenses that way, I think we should be able to make that one work. So the final team we're going to run through is the Realm of Gods team. As you can see, I've gone with the ROF Blues as my leader skill. You could switch that out for the int UI Goku, physical BEERUS. Definitely wouldn't be running the AGL Zamasu unless you're running an extreme class team. So, jumping in and grabbing them as a leader. As you can see, we've got the STR BEERUS and Whis, followed up by BEERUS again, the int EZA'd Whis, the AGL Gogeta, and then the physical God Goku, the newest unit to release on the game, the same day Dokkan Fest. So in terms of rotations here, I'd probably look to go with the BEERUS and Whis with the Whis. Again, I think that's just going to be a really solid rotation together. After that, on the other rotation, you've sort of got your options here. You could either go with the physical God Goku. He's going to be able to anchor as your slot 1 unit. And then you can either go with the ROF Blues or the AGL Gogeta. Personally, I think that the AGL Gogeta is going to be the best option, because that will make sure that you don't run into the issue that I mentioned before with the Final Form Coolers, where you can have 2 ROF Blues on 1 rotation. They need to get their supers off first before they can get that dodge, so you want to be splitting them up as much as possible. So I think that would be the best way to go about that. Then you're also going to have the physical BEERUS floating as well. So not going to get the floating support from the int ROF Blues unless you do transform into Vegeta, and from Vegeta you're not technically getting support, but I pretty much classify orb changing as support just because of how much it does enhance the synergy of the team. And then, yeah, the physical BEERUS will be able to get that double orb changing off as well, provide the support and also dodges. So you can't really go wrong with running him on the team. So looking at these three builds, Bond of Master and Disciple is definitely the favourite, even as a global player where we aren't able to get the 200%. I think AGL Kid Gohan as a floater, offering that key and defensive support, I think that'll still work really, really well. So let me know which of the teams you're going to be running, what changes you're making to them. I think there is a few combos where we can make this STR BEERUS and WHIS look pretty good. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.